home, nobody. Peace. Okay. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Senpai Offset, and
It's in the stage with Gigi.
And this is the third episode and recap and review of Married at First Sight Chicago edition. And the first couple we will be starting with is Alan and Madison. I don't know how you liked or what you felt about their wedding ceremony. I enjoyed the chemistry. I liked that. I thought they were cute. You about to say that?
I think I think they look nice together. They look nice.
Like vibing. Like
I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
No.
You just feel like they look nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. I love it already. I loved Alan's reaction to his bride. Alan loved his wife already. That kiss. Okay, they're the only ones that was actually kissing up on the aisle at the altar. Because
really?
Who went after them, Juan and Carla, they only did like a little quick peck, but Alan and Allison was really kissing.
Alan and Allison. Who the hell's Alan and Allison? Alan and Madison.
Alan and Madison. I'm saying that because at the altar they was like thinking of
their
ship name.
Yeah, ship name.
And then whatever they said, I don't know what she said. And I'm like,
Madeline.
She said Addison. And
Addison?
I was like, if anything, it would be Allison. Because Alan, and then you already got Madison, you got the rest of that in there. So it would be Allison, obviously. But anyway, yeah, so I was feeling that. I felt like they were kind of feeling each other as, like, for what you expect or what you might expect. I think theirs was a pretty good hit. How they react to each other, their vows and all that, and how their whole ceremony went. And then afterwards, when they, compared to how you could read Ikechi and like reacting to MM. Like, I just feel like theirs was better. Like, they did have some chemistry. You disagree?
I think that she played it off well.
Wow, she played it off well. Just because she thinks she's not attractive. Because he was talking about his gorgeous eyes, and that was like he looked good in the suit, and that was like her only compliment about his physical attraction or whatever. So what other indications do you feel like she's not attracted to him?
I didn't see any other indications other than just that.
Okay.
Carla. I cannot roll my R's like that.
And she was like, "Are you in love?" And he reacted, yes. Like on the after party, she addressed that. But like, yeah, he reacted too seriously. He skipped.
She didn't expect him to take it that serious.
Right, like, sir, come on, Juan. Where's the suavemente? Where's the passion? Where's the soul?
Where's the I can take a little,
like lightheartedness. Where's
Jesus?
Are you not attracted to your wife?
Sense that's of what humor.
Are you in love? Because Alan's reaction was, "You are freaking gorgeous," or whatever that was.
Right.
And your reaction, because first of all, you should have been complimenting her first, and you should have been the one saying stuff first. Anyway,
he's dry.
He's dry. Juan is dry. Because, sir, like I said, you're not attracted to your wife.
Gosh.
And your wife ain't ugly.
Not ugly.
Your wife is Latino. It's asked for, but you ain't never dated before. So is that actually what you want?
Oh yes, let's talk. Yeah, he's never dated a Latina. Neither of them.
Right. Neither.
He has said that. Yeah, I think he wants a Caucasian woman as well. I think he's another one on here that's with their whose preference. The preference seems to be white on this season, and I think Juan definitely wants a Caucasian woman who likes it. Hey, gets a little spicy, and that
Chipotle mayo.
Looking at Tamara Lynette Tales, she had an episode, but she had a review where she showed clips of Juan on his friend's podcast, and he said that he feels the best, the women who have with the best sex or whatever are Latinas. Yes.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
But you never dated one, so you just had sex random. I don't. Girl, so many questions on this
Alan,
on this season.
Never seriously date anyone.
Oh yeah, right.
Or specifically black.
He's never dated. Anyway, but Juan, he said that on his friend's podcast. And he said that also something about a black woman has never really looked at him in that way. Like in that way, I guess, like being attracted to him, showing any kind of, interest. And then he said something about like he would definitely welcome, like, that would be nice or whatever, but they've never showed him any, interest.
Like, and man, what do you mean by that? Interest as in interested seriously to date you? Because you haven't dated any of these Latino women that are so great in bed in comparison to all the other women you haven't been with. Because it sounds like you haven't been with much other than the white American women that you seen and lived with when you immigrated over. So
nobody's gonna work. Nobody's gonna. They're all trash. All fail. Failures.
Throw the whole cast away.
Please do. This is so
trash the show because this is the second season.
I'm so done with these people already because everyone's a colorist. Everyone, like, how many people are you gonna? How did you get this group of people who hate themselves? Self-hate is just
it sounds like the type of crowd
overwhelming. Overwhelming.
Watch the show and participate.
Hate. And I'll say the other hating is him and his wife. No. But she said she likes to date foreign men.
Right.
Well, what?
But that clearly ain't include any Latino.
But not your own people.
Does that include Hispanics?
And your father, maybe that's why your father and mother aren't there because the father. Did you say Spaniards? The father's not? Her father's not.
No, I'm saying Spaniards and Hispanics. Would that exclude them? They're not Latin.
So Carla
have been with some of them.
They're all liars, self-haters. I can't.
Kayla seems like she knows.
Carla said she loves to dance. She likes to do this, the salsa, bachata, merengue.
But that don't mean I know how to do.
Doesn't mean
I'm a
that.
Professional
doesn't mean that
salsa. And then turn around, meet her husband who's Colombian, and he says that of course I'm biased. Salsa's my favorite.
Never.
She said I don't.
First
know
of all,
how to actually do it. I just kind of.
She said I pretend. I fake it. What else are you faking? Because clearly you're faking. You've never been with.
It's foreign to her. Considering she said foreign men, and if that is her culture, if they're foreign to her culture, and her culture is Mexican, hey.
I've had a lot of experience with people, and I know
a hater. I know a liar. I know a Carla when I see one. Pick me, fit me in. I'll do whatever.
With the flow.
Go with the flow. She's a mutable Pisces. I think maybe she's maybe when he said he's never dated in his Latino person, Latinos. Maybe she was like, okay, yeah, neither did I. I think she's a whatever you say. I'm gonna,
So
mirror that because yes.
Because everything that she said and even her family said about her that don't match what you described. And that got to throw in how Carla was talking about no hiccups. That's her sign that she was like, everything is just flowing and I feel really good. oh, my husband, and then this is going to be good. This is could be forever. Usually, I mean, she's older than me by almost 10 years. Okay. She's been on her spiritual journey and living her life. Then she might know more than me. She could be more in tune to her soul, her spirit than I am. That's plausible. But in my experience on my spiritual journey, hiccups is typically a sign of, it's not a sign that necessarily dictates that something's going awry or something is wrong. And if there's no hiccups, it's usually a sign that this ain't actually meant for you, because the hiccups come when you're being tested to see if you actually able and responsible to get what you've been asking for, or what you actually try to accomplish and trial through. Because you can't triumph without those trials and tribulations. Right. So if there's no hiccups, is that actually a good sign? I just wanted to note that. And then him meeting her was kind of... She's a fairy tale chaser, but she's that the fish. This is what her family knew as well too. So like, they be like, girl, yeah, call us when you really got the husband and y'all already married, and so when you bring them to the reunion. Fairy tales and magic, and then she was talking about affirming that she loves her husband, like, I love him already, blah blah blah. And she was like, I just feel like it's magic, just like I'm saying spells or whatever. Now, if she was deeper into her journey, she would have stood on that, and she would have been like, it is magic, because man, what you talk about is magic, manifestation, all that is magic. Right. You're talking about, and spells, saying words, yeah, that's spells, yes, that's magic, yes, all the above. Okay, so stand on it. Because I was like bothered by how she's been pretty unfiltered and boldly unapologetic about her and her spirituality and all that. I wonder if she ain't want to be judged for saying it is magic, and right, so she is, and how free she is, and what she believes, and a little bit of just like sprinkled in lies that she tells. Say it's magic, but anyway, I know, but she knows she an alien from another. That's right. That was true. So yeah, maybe she is opposed, like you said. All of these people act. Did I say that? Oh yeah. Right, no. Because when Juan was getting teary and he was getting emotional, I was believing that. Aww. But then when I saw him at the altar, I was just like, guys, these people are tripping me. They fooling me. Did he cry after he met his wife? No. Anytime after? Okay. That's why I'm like, Juan, keep it. 100. First of all, I got being 100 and then flip the script. It's giving me flashbacks to last season, and jeez, I had hope for y'all. I had hope for some of y'all. I don't want to keep going to the astrological signs, but they said he's an Aquarius. He's a weirdo. Again. Shout out to Tamara Lynette Tells. Yep. February 7th, from around that time or whatever. Be that weirdo. I mean, I don't want to offend nobody. But you know how they get down. You know. He ain't cry afterwards because he was like, who is this woman they set me up with? I'm not used to a Latina, but I want. Give me this white woman. And I want to say, give me this white Latina. She's definitely a white Latina. So she's a white Latina, and that's right. She is a white Latina. But he wants a white Latina-ish, like who study. He wants a white woman who studies Latin. and can speak Spanish. Speak Latin, the dead language. Not the pig Latin either, but the real Espanol. Okay. Like, just say what you want. Girl, who can dance salsa. Girl, sir, please, if these people aren't the fakest perpetrating, this is the perpetrating season. A saucy white girl. I can't with these clowns. These clowns is hilarious. Anyway. But she was given fixed sign energy when they was reading the letter from her family talking about if Carla doesn't like hearing no, and if you don't want to do it her way, whatever, she'll find a way to convince you, or she'll find to do it anyway without you or whatever. Right? Yeah. That's what her family, because that's what her family sees.
No, that's what her family sees. But she'll be told no by her partner and forgive them and make, girl, I don't want to offend nobody.
And then I just want to throw in how when they met and they was talking, and he admitted like she probably is more in tune with herself than he is, and she could teach him how to heal himself, whatever, reconnect.
She definitely can, like and she will. She will try to show that. Try to teach him that.
Why they was connected. I don't think the experts had anything to do with that. I think God only had something to do with that, but that's just me.
Okay. I don't think. But the thing is, how receptive will he
actually be? Right, and then what his brother said, you got to learn compromise.
Yeah, because he's a fixed Aquarius, and you can't tell them nothing. They know every damn thing or whatever. So, and like you can't, like, yeah. So no.
And he wanted to throw in Ashe at the end of his.
Oh yeah, girl.
And so to remind people, he's Nigerian.
He ain't.
But he ain't Igbo.
He ain't. Is he Nigerian?
They said we're both Nigerian. Like that was one of the other things. I didn't hear. Was like, oh yeah, they were listening, or they.
I didn't hear them two say that they're both. What I did hear him say was that nobody in my family is Igbo.
Both Nigerian.
But my parents dislike. They like that name. They like the name or whatever. Again, he's throwing out parents. Your father is a nobody. Boy, girl. Anyway, I can't.
I think
girl, it's given, and like the importance that.
And if he ain't Nigerian, take that Ashe out your mouth.
Let me say even more. And let me say this real quick. It is to a lot of, I don't know if it's, I'm sure the men period, but I've never been a white man or a black man. But I have black sons, and I have been around and spoken to black men who were in a fatherless household or whatever. It is so important to these men, to have that connection with their fathers, right? And I just feel like, and you can see it with him throwing his funky girl, ew. Anyway, in there, I think that has a role and is playing a role in his life. He's what, 41, and I think that just has a lot. I think that has a lot to do with the status that his status right now.
Screw him and on to the next.
Absolutely screw him. Like, sir, I don't give a damn. I'm not giving you no excuses. I'm just saying I acknowledge it, and he needs to get his shit together. Yeah. All this poetry and prayers and stuff like that or whatever, sir. Seek help.
Are you actually? If you was
you're a counselor, go see one. If you
was creating and expressing your actual truths, then you would have found your wife already. If the love letters to your wife was real, you would have found your wife already, and you would have already been giving her them letters in person, and she'd be reading them, and you probably have a child on the way, and almost be a father yourself, and probably could make up for your father's mistake and actually be a father. But who knows?
Because he said he has a nephew. He has a nephew who
makes him want to be.
He looks at the nephew as. The nephew is doing like everything like that he does or whatever, and he would love to have that great find whatever. Again, yeah, he would like to have it. I'm sure he would like to have a son, so he can be what his dad was not. And that's all fine and dandy, but like, get a counselor. So get a therapist. Your own counselor. Get a therapist. Anyway,
Mr. Counselor, get your own counselor.
And that's why her parents, I think that's why her dad, that's why her parents aren't there, because they know she's wishy-washy and dodo bird. Go ahead, next. Who else?
I think her parents aren't there the same reason that Katie and MM. Oh yeah, I think MM said her mother wasn't there because the publicity of, like she said, obviously Nigerians aren't new and they're comfortable and culturally with arranged marriages. Like that didn't her mom more. Her mom didn't feel no type of way about her daughter being in an arranged marriage. It's just that it was publicized and how it was publicized.
Is that what she said?
Yes, but if you remember them reading the letter, she said,
her mother said,
"Support you in spirit. I'm
right
there
in spirit."
Blah, blah, blah.
But her mother also, they said that her mother.
But they said her father would have been there, and said ear bushy eyed,
bright eyed, bushy tail.
She was saying
her mother is Nigerian and her father is Nigerian. Right. But I am to believe that your father would have been okay with this. Right, your mother believes.
I just don't think
arranged marriages, but your mother would only she
would have been there if it wasn't.
This is a non-traditional arranged marriage, right? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right.
I've been drinking. She was engaged, almost got married. Right. We don't know yet, like what happened or whatever. Was that an arranged?
I don't know.
So many liars on this episode, on this season.
But I'm willing to. A liar?
I'm willing to bet money that wasn't arranged either.
Okay.
That she was, this was something else that she decided to do on her own. What it has to do, like, don't tell me that BS about your mother saying this, that, and the other, because clearly it doesn't matter what your mother thought and what your mother wanted. You were going to do this anyway.
You over here sounding like
she was first saying that, my dad. Then episode when she's about to get married. Now it's my mother. Girl, where was your mother 5 weeks ago when we never?
Let me just go back.
Do you know your mother? Because I've never even heard about your
she's been a
mother.
Girl, and I think it's evident if you pay attention and pick up and read that she ain't been as close with her mother. Maybe wasn't as ever close with her mom like that. Mm-hmm. So when her sister was reading or laying her message from her mom, because she didn't go over to her mom's, the sandwich relayed the message. She was saying something about just dropping hints that like we don't bang with her, or I know at least y'all don't bang with each other, but this is what she said.
And we give a damn why. And that's my point. You just proved what I was saying. We don't give a damn about the mother. You weren't talking about the mother.
Her fake because she.
I'm not saying she's fake. I'm saying. I'm saying. Why even you're bringing this mother whole like
she didn't bring
opinion type of thing and feeling and whatever about your mom when you clearly don't give a rat's ass about what your mother's opinion on this thing and on anything. What you were engaged before, damn near married, don't know what happened with that one, but this particular marriage or whatever, you didn't give a damn either way what your mother was saying.
I don't think it was really about her giving crap about what her mother was saying, because
stop telling me about how your mother is not your mother is for that publicity bullshit is BS. It's just bullshit. Like I just think that's some added fluff that they wanted to add in there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever filler.
I think bringing up the mother and as a whole was some
all of that because.
So I feel like
stop telling me about your mother. She believes in prearranged or arranged marriages or whatever. When you don't give a damn at all, you don't give a damn. We don't give a damn.
Right. I think it's evident that she don't really care that the mother ain't there
at all.
I think that the producers just knew that we would be asking questions about the mother. Used the sister to go here and say, share this, what your mother said, their blessings for the wedding, and blah, blah, blah. Because they knew questions were going to be up. We want to know these questions about these people, where their family at. And so she got in the confessional and, further elaborated on why her mother wasn't there. I think that was heavily produced, and I'm not blaming MM for that. I think she gave her little blurb, and then it was back to her man meeting her husband.
She's aggressive, in my opinion.
Yes, that lean and for the good swear.
She says she wants a leader.
She said she needs
a leader. Baby, you have to
let them lead.
You have to be willing to step back Okay. For whatever to let a man lead. You're damn near a doctor, and I'm not going to stop saying that until the season is ended. What I know right now about her, what I'm saying, like you're too aggressive. You're too needy, clingy, needy, desperate, and this thing that they hooked you, this mama's boy, whatever. I don't really know what the hell. Dependent, this leader. He is not posing. Man. That posing dude that they've hooked you up with. He ain't. He's not it, and he has the gall to look at you like you're less than. Until it wasn't until you said that you were damn near a doctor that he was like, he lit up. Oh, okay, that's what I asked them. I asked them for. They were listening and blah blah blah. Negro, you know damn well you were excited because she's damn near a doctor, and you just sat here and told her you're far from damn thing relevant.
Any salary. Low.
You don't know what the hell you want. You're a producer, but man, sir. Anyway.
I'm an artist.
It's not a match. It's not a match. But you need to slow your roll, and you need to not be as willing to settle for whatever. You want a leader. I know you didn't have a choice in this. A leader he is not, and I will hope that in the future.
I hope that she finds a man one day who allows her to be the boss leader that she is, that's in her, because
she doesn't have to get rid of it.
And what do you mean by lead?
They both can.
The planner, the brains.
No, whatever works for her. Whatever. See, like a lot of women, who. I mean, she has to find that them together. If it's the right person, they can find. They can find together what he needs, she needs, and the leader, leadership, and what she brings or whatever. What work that out. Yeah, of course.
What's your strongest is because whoever's strongest in whatever subject and whoever's weak in that, they shouldn't be the leader, and they should be taking the lead in that. And that's what your partner is supposed to be there. You better have whatever to make up for them holes.
But a lot of people, like their egos, and whatever, and pride or whatever, blocks them from from seeing that, hey, we can do this or whatever. But let's together know what we know yourself, and know what you want and what you require, and then what you can what feeds you in the relationship. But whatever, child.
She definitely was given, like you said, desperate. I don't know if she got cats, but like cat lady, like it's given like we already know she is the type of woman that did put her career first, and now it's like it's also given.
Now it's time
from her cultural background. She ain't really say it like Carla emphasizes on not being allowed to date until 18. Like I'm sure she wasn't allowed to date until a certain age, and obviously even after that certain age, she didn't prioritize boys. She prioritized her education,
right?
And now she's ready to make up for when she was a giddy teenage girl and didn't do all that, or didn't even have minds, and wasn't even looking at boys like that. So she does have this youthful type of maybe crushing, youthful like boy crush, boy crazy, like maybe she's excited for this man and she got all this energy and love for that to give to him, and she's unapologetically revealing that to this man who's her about to be her husband in 2 seconds. Like, granted, show him who you is, because why not? But like, but like, you could bring it back, but she ain't have all that practice to learn the game, play the game, to know how to keep your true colors, whatever. Don't wear your heart on your sleeves. Play it cool.
In front of talking about right?
Yes. Until don't let them know how you really feel.
Oh, wow.
Like you saying, like, because she kind of too excited. Like, I won't say too excited. If it was the man, her soulmate, then all that energy go here. But since it is him, and then the way that he was reacting, it's like, no, you can tone it down because he's not receiving it well, and he don't need none of that.
And he's
undeserving and unworthy of it already at the altar.
He's ugly.
As you can tell, you over here and she over here, and he not doing none of that. And he was complimenting her family more than he was complimenting her, and that's because they thicker.
Because hello,
they definitely was. And so
let's talk about it for a second.
Because he kept saying, y'all look good. Y'all look good. But he ain't saying, my wife, you look good. You look
because
beautiful.
What do you call that? Like that?
A chubby
person?
chase.
No.
BBW lover.
I'm done. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that personality, that type of character, like that. Oh, you know, it's not gaslighting. I don't know what it is. But like you was talking about how he was all like
for her family, but not her.
Yeah, like all that. I mean, he was like, I think like that was like a front. Like he was like, or
like he was
maybe he was a little nervous. Maybe he was a little nervous, but
open to it. I
think it was very superficial.
Okay, I know she black.
I think it was very superficial.
What I'm about to get, and then he saw what he got. Instant switch, energy switch. He wasn't giving none of that.
I think he's the type of person that puts on the front. No, I don't think it's gaslighting. Puts on the front.
Definitely.
I'm gonna be like a comedian, somewhat like kind of lighten up the situation or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I want to be known as the front. I mean, the fun guy or whatever, and but he ain't ready. He's not ready to be married.
Right, at all. He just wanted to join the club like Tom. That's why what I was very much getting from his conversation with his groomsmen and preparing for the wedding. And the questions they was asking good questions. Some of them questions made me think, is they a little sus?
Because they are not that they can't be married, but they are
surprisingly two women.
They might not,
but that don't mean nothing. And anyway, I'm just saying no, because let me look at my notes because I wrote it the way I wrote it was. They a little sus, or are they just non-toxic grown men who are married and doing what they need to do? But the only thing is, birds of a feather flock together, and Ikechi, it don't got the same feathers, y'all. He's not at that mentality. He's not ready to be married, and they wiser than him. They got knowledge to give to him because they there. He want to be there, and that's why he got FOMO, because he want to be like his friends, but he ain't like his friends.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think one guy who was like, seemed like he probably was married the longest or whatever, or maybe known him longest. I don't know, but he was very mature. He seemed like he had good really good advice for him. I got from him that he was like that. He knows Ikeji is not really ready, but he's there to support him. Like, okay, you're going to go through with this anyway, so whatever. I wanted to say about Ikeji that, dude, you pointed out to us that your mother was a single mother, raised you, as a single parent household, and you stressed, that it was just your mom. It was your mom. She did everything. And that you are an only child. Why in the hell, just like amendment of him, sir? Why do we get to the day of the wedding or whatever? But for you to talk about your dirty ass, irrelevant, crusty, fake Nigerians, girl, fake Igbo ass, I'm sure ugly ass father. Bald, just like dirty father who is completely irrelevant, completely out of the picture, as you said yourself. We don't know you. I've never met you. Okay, you said your mama was all that. Okay, now you bring up this dusty neck, and then to say he couldn't make it, as if you had to go dig this bastard up or whatever and find this bum. When you found him,
was remarried, and
he said, "Oh, I would try to make it. Oh, I can't make it because my wife was having surgery.
Same day.
She's a bum. He's a bum, and really,
he a bum.
Yes, 3 bombs.
Let's get to him turning his vows into a prayer, because I wrote that too, and I saw your note said the same thing, and I'm like, this nigga ain't vowed that thing.
Girl.
I that thing to no one, not even his wife.
Who the
he
hell
didn't say nothing about him doing
ordained
something,
you,
bringing
nigga.
something to the table. What he gonna do? What he can do? What he hope to do? What he hope not to do? He didn't say nothing of the sort.
Oh,
he just prayed.
My God, he is trash.
And then for a second, I was looking at both of them like, okay, I see he is reading it. But I thought both of their eyes was closed for a second, because I thought we was praying, and this is a different church. That was trash.
He giving me Taurus.
And he think he's so poetic justice, and he's so artsy and suavemente, and he's so passionate, and he's so deep. So superficial. Boy. Like, this is exactly the type of people I expected to see on this show, pretending like they actually want to be married and not desperate,
right? And
then come on this show and do exactly what I expected.
Until you do right by me, everything you think about is gonna crumble, EKG, and that's all I gotta say about that.
Okay, so let's go back to MM, because I forgot to mention when you were talking about her, she needs to step back and let him lead. KG's godfather says, "You may now kiss your bride," but she led and the lean all the way dominantly for the kiss. You were not told to kiss your husband. He was told to kiss you, so sit right there and let him come to you.
Was she the one who grabbed the face? One of them grabbed the husband's face.
He was like, and then he was like, slowly.
Oh, God.
Unpoised, hesitantly.
Uninterested.
So why he say, "Oh my God"?
Oh my God! He said
we ain't there yet. We ain't there.
Oh yes, that's the after party.
But why he send the signal? Say the safe words. If that's how he
at
really
at the wedding though, he did say to his friends, signal to his friends
that it's okay.
It's good.
That's what I'm saying. Why ain't you send the other signal if you going?
Because remember, he had to be and pretend like he had to put this, put on this facade for the family members and everybody. He done just told all of them, "Hey, like I'm this cool guy, and this charisma and everything." Right. So he damn sure wasn't going to really
get his
do that
in Chicago. So,
girl.
Yeah,
I hope she rejects his whole ass, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be like Paige and Chris, and for all of you who've been watching Married at First Sight, you all know who I'm talking about.
During the marrying gang, I'm like, sir, take this seriously. And then he said he don't want to play with nobody's heart. Really?
He said he was from Atlanta, and then he moved to Houston. Yeah, he was living in Houston for 8 years. None of those places. Wait a minute, you said Atlanta. Come on, Atlanta, Georgia. Houston, and you ain't find a near woman eligible
woman who's not a nurse
practitioner. You had to go on this show twice, and then he said that his boss recommended he go back. He's only on the show because of her. Now make that make sense.
Let's go back to the question of his groomsmen that said, so from the time of you being basically rejected and this time you got picked, are you ready to be married? Like, what has changed? Like, what's new? And he basically beat around the bush with that answer, and I'm not surprised. I don't think any of us are. And I'm like, dang, his friends was asking some good questions, but this ain't real. So none of the questions that he was answers that he was given is going to be any of the things we actually see from this man.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like, he's just
a liar.
All right,
a poser for sure. Who we talking about next? Because my glass is empty.
Yes, and mine's too. David and Michelle. Let's start with Bad Bees. Sir, that don't sound like no proper mama's boy talk. You kiss your mother with that mouth as you compliment her as a bad bee. Come on now.
Your father should have slapped the bitch out of you.
Talking about he don't want you to leave.
Ooh. What in the weirdo? Oh, coddling ass,
enabling,
baby, fine, toxic.
And you're the oldest. Let's get into it. Yes. So your younger brother already married for 6 years. 6 years you seen your younger
6
brother.
Years?
Who knows when he left the nest and how long ago?
6 years?
And your brother's been married for 6 years.
Your brother's been married for 6 years, and David is 36.
He's 30.
Just turned 36, right? 36.
Yes, on that day, right?
36. Your brother has been married for 30 years. Your brother is younger than you.
And they still said.
So let's say your brother is maybe 2 years. Let's put him at 2 years. Let me give your brother 2 years younger than you.
You look a little more.
So your brother would have gotten married. What you say?
Younger than that. Because when I first saw his brother, I'm like, dang, that must be the younger brother because he looks significantly younger than him. And then I found out because when he was spitting that wise words, I was like, is that the younger brother? And then he married 6 years. Oh, yeah. And then he said, oh, that's my younger brother. I was like, yep. And then they was like, your first, because the brother said the first one leaving the nest.
So let's say the brother is, 28? Let's say the brother is 28. Right?
Or 30. Let's say he's 30.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm saying like if the brother is 2 years. Oh, damn. Yeah. So the brother would
be 34.
Yes. Yeah. If the brother is 2 years younger than him, if the brother is 34, right? But the brother was married for 6 years. So then the brother was married at 28?
Something like that. If he is.
Your brother was married before he was 30. And you're grown.
You definitely look younger than 2 years.
Freelo and ass, and for you to say because I live with my parents or whatever because I don't want to pay rent. Girl, I don't want to pay rent. Girl.
Now that would be all fine and dandy if he actually has been looking for properties, if he actually has been
I want to buy
applying like first. He's on that.
You think he's saving that money?
FHA, first home buyers loan and stuff.
He shouldn't even have to do that. He should be able to put all that money down.
And he done all his research.
36 years.
And he's ready. And he's like, all right, here's where I want to move. And I'm looking for this house to go on sale.
You got 2 jobs.
2 blocks from my parents' house because that's the house I'm going to need because I'm going to need to be close.
Exactly.
None of that. He ain't talk about none of that. So it sounds like BS.
He better have every penny that he's ever made saved
because when he was talking about being offended by people assuming and judging and just calling him a basement boy, love mama's boy.
You're worried about what somebody said? Then get out. What the hell?
Then you should be ready
to
leave.
Gone.
You should be within the minutes. I've just been waiting for my wife. So I know where I'm moving because I got all the funds to put the cash down when we find which house. Then I ain't judging you. But it don't like that because he didn't say nothing. He was talking about I just don't want her. I hope she can see that. Blah, blah, blah. He ain't say none of that or throw nothing in like because I'm ready. I got my savings together.
Exactly. Ready. So why aren't you judging him?
As soon as I said I wouldn't be judging him.
Oh, I thought you said I'm not judging him.
He was like talking about I'm ready. I got the cash down. Blah 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 blah. If he was bringing that to the table with his explanation, then I wouldn't be judging him. But it ain't give none of that, and he ain't say none of that. So no, we're judging you. We're looking at you like that. So
really strange
because you're almost 40.
Ooh, closer to 40 than 30.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking he's 38, but that's his wife.
I don't give a damn. Sir, get out, sir.
And he talked about how the father was married on his birthday, and the brother was married on his birthday, and that's been signs that they're good, married, long lasting.
I got a sign for you.
Successful.
I got a sign for your ass.
Get out,
girl. That father gotta go too. How long was the father freeloading off your mother? Because who raised you? Who raised their son to be like, yeah, this is what's up? He never
mentioned I pay rent, even though
he said and then said that I don't
pay rent. Like
want to pay rent.
Don't contribute to your parents.
And on the matchmaking episode, he said he pays rent.
That's what I was about to say.
He said I think he said I pay half the rent here or half the mortgage, but I pay half.
Okay,
is what he said. But you're a liar. Like, they're all liars. Because now you're coming back to talking about, I don't want to pay rent.
Well,
because I don't want to pay rent.
And we know he means.
Or did he mean I don't want to pay rent somewhere else? Okay.
And I'm getting ahead of myself.
Now you're making an excuse for this bastard.
Because it sounds like I don't want to pay rent. I'd rather buy. That sounds like someone who's, if they know what they're talking about.
Right.
I'd rather invest in a house versus throw my money down the drain, renting or leasing someone else's property. But he didn't say it like that, and so who knows?
So I'm not assuming here, right, and not assuming on his behalf, like
not giving no benefits.
Not like that.
These ends.
He I think like with a lot of them, did we say that he maybe is trying to make this move now because he's seen that his brother and whatever it's time to start having kids. Maybe I don't know. Ain't no way in the world. The way he was talking, made it seem like to me that if his wife was to say, hey, I don't mind living with you in your parents' basement. I don't want to pay no rent either. I want to pay a small portion of. If a woman he met with blonde hair, blue eyes,
was comfortable living
said
with his parents.
To him, "Hey, this is what I'm comfortable. Saves me money as well." Would he be like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up"?
That's perfect.
And his parents would probably be like, okay, cool.
Said, I don't want you to leave.
I know, but I'm with the wife
ain't co-signed or nothing like that. So did the mom kind of secretly want him to get out? Only very secretly. Or
she probably doesn't want him either because the other one is already gone.
Saying, yeah.
She probably, I want to hold to my baby.
I don't want you either, but she didn't feel like co-signing the camera, or maybe they cut it out.
She never said she didn't, and she never said she did. Either way.
Moving on to Michelle. Black bridesmaids gown.
Oh, her bridesmaids gowns were black?
Yes. Mother, sister was all in black.
Oh my gosh.
Black
bridesmaids black and white.
Is interesting. I haven't seen that.
Wow.
In my life. So
did I say already they're not going to make it either?
Yes, you said none of them.
None of them are making it.
But then your notes about her was Michelle wants.
Oh yes. No, Michelle was ugly. I'm sorry, and I don't.
Very.
I've been drinking, but Michelle is she's not ugly.
You told me to cut that out when we said that about Tom. Now you're going.
That what? That Tom
that
is
he's ugly?
I never said Tom was ugly.
You told me to cut it out when I said ugly twin.
Well, why are you saying it now?
Because now you're saying that Michelle's ugly. So
you feel as though it's okay.
Y'all didn't see it. But he's ugly. He's the ugly twin. And she's like, how are they ugly twins?
Oh my God. When they're identical twins.
He's the fatter one and he's ugly. It's like, no.
You better edit that out. I'm done. Now you body shaming. That's not PC. That's not PC.
I'm here to be
PC.
Please see your way out of here if you think I'm here to be PC.
I didn't. I don't have nothing to do with that. Michelle is not. I want to take that back. I didn't mean she was ugly.
His teeth is messed up.
I didn't want to.
His brothers ain't, and he is the ugly twin.
I didn't want to say that Michelle was ugly. I wanted to say Michelle was unattractive. Not ugly. She's unattractive. Her mama is unattractive.
For real?
Her sister is unattractive.
Sisters.
That one sister is the most unattractive.
Now you just.
Person.
Getting on these people.
They're unattractive. And if David's family would crush them. He's not. What? It ain't gonna make it. What do you mean
by crush them?
Like when you bring this family to your side of the family, like to your family, and you all get together, and he looks at them, and they look at him and her, and that Puerto Rican ladies gonna be like, what in the whole hell is going on?
They know he asked for white, and they got white in their family already.
I don't think
most of his women look white in his family,
but not unattractive.
Unattractive. So you think that they're gonna not like with her because she ugly, and they're not going?
She's not gonna like him anyway, so they're not even gonna get that far. So
and on top of that, he asked for strong women, and the matchmakers did find a strong
bad bitches.
No, I was gonna say strong woman, like, she's a daughter. They only got sisters. Like, it's a strongly was feminine home, whatever, feminine dominant home. Like, they matched them with that. And then the sisters came on, starting out the gate saying, "We are opinionated. We are judgy."
God,
So they got some bad. As far as personalities, sound like they.
Let me say, okay. Well, I remember this as well. So Michelle wanted a black man of any shade, just not that she wanted one of any shade. She wanted the light skinned black man, of course, right? But the reason why she wanted a black man, period, being black, the fact that she wanted a black man was because she knows that unfortunately a lot of I'm not gonna say a lot of black men, but the black men who white women are their preference.
The coons. Let's just say it. The coons.
Who have a preference for white women. They don't care what they look like. Just as long as they're white. And clearly, because she's unattractive, so I think that she's like, let me get a black man because they will accept me for what I look like just because I'm white. And that's all. That's the only requirement. I'm not even going to say.
And that kind of is Dave's only requirement, except that she be a strong, independent, strong force woman, and she is strong and independent.
Yeah.
So let's get
into these people, previews. but I do know somebody personally.
Let's get into these previews and let's talk about Thomas and Camille. Let's talk about Thomas the cheating train. Choo choo. Chugga chugga.
Thomas
the cheating ugly twin.
Oh, I just want to say quickly about Thomas that when he said also in the matchmaking episode that I was in a relationship for 9 years, it didn't work because I did not commit.
I didn't
commit because we weren't married. If you're anyone with any common sense, any bit of life experience or whatever, like any knowledge of these knows what that means. I didn't commit because I wasn't married means I'm fucking people. I'm not committed. So what? I'm not committed means I'm not
loyal. I'm not faithful.
I'm not. We're not exclusive. We're not exclusive. Right. We're not monogamous because, girl, you ain't my wife. And that's what he said. And that's what he meant. You're not my wife. I just been fucking you for 9 years, and I expect you to have been only fucking me. That's what they gonna do. They always going if they don't do nothing else. So that's what he meant, and that's what he said. And he's 42, and his wife is 32. And if I was her, is her dad in her life?
Yes, run.
Her dad is in her life. Yeah, you know your dad.
You know your dad was at the wedding and gave the worst speech. Like, no.
Oh wow. Okay, so good. So he's beat the shit out of Thomas, or pass the cow, or some damn body or whatever for hooking his daughter up. His innocent
cheating.
His innocent daughter.
Bum.
His innocent daughter for this loser. No, and he's adopted.
Yes.
Nobody is that man in that picture that he had ain't he ain't come out them testicles. No, they. So now I know because I was very confused. Yeah, he was adopted. Yeah. So and that mama.
Let's talk about EKG at the after party. Talking about him giving his guys the signal and them coming up with a safe word or whatever to hit the road, Jack. and hightail it up out of there. Yeah. You ugly bald. You banned reject. You Diddy reject. How you get rejected from Diddy? All right. That's all the dish we got to spill. Leave your comments down below on what we may have left out, what you agreed upon, what you would like to see more of, them keeping it real in this show, or something that they should shed more light on in this season.
Who you think is going to be swapping, please, until we find out the actual couple who is doing swapping. Until that episode,
peep the after parties.
Until the episode
and who they not mixing.
Yes, I want you all to let me know who your picks are. Who do you think is going to do the swap? Who do you think is going to stay together, or is it too early? I got nobody. I got none of them
so far.
None. And if anybody does stay together, they don't need to be. And
peep the after party, because I did like how you mentioned, like, since this is a swap and infidelity, they keep playing Dr. Pia talking about this. Yeah, so who are they gonna mix and mingle up at the after parties, and who will they exclude from mixing and mingling with at those after parties?
Themselves, at the after party, you see how they divided people, because everybody's not an actor. And if is actually, her husband is going to actually be the one who's swapping, then we know ain't no black girl in America, in the world, going to be okay with sitting on a panel, next to the woman that who took her husband. So
adulterer, because they are married.
I can't wait to see
the adulteress,
the rest of the after party. That's going to tell me some things right there.
Yes. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Peace. Big ass, get that ooh.